Check, check, 1, 2. And we are live. Welcome to BWTM Sports. This is the second part of our feature. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. Thanks for watching. Okay, in the first part, we just broke the news about Badger Jack and Nathan Cleverly. This part, as it's BWTM Sports channel, I'm going to just spend a few minutes talking about some other sports. First of all, Usain Bolt and his farewell run in the World Championships. Usain Bolt has been a fantastic athlete, a role model, and an absolute legend. And I'm just happy to have been able to witness greatness in my midst, to be able to see that. So I'm really honoured to see that in Usain Bolt. The fastest man in the world, blew everybody away in his he didn't even make it close. It was just dismissed everybody, and he still had time to look back. I remember him looking back at some of the guys competing. You spend all this time competing to train, and this guy just blows you away. How for many years it was going on. So I don't know how these athletes even, how they challenge themselves. Well, I'm gonna beat Bolt. I'm just gonna try and get a couple of seconds faster. I might just catch up with him. But Bolt was absolutely amazing, and I think Bolt's been more impressionable on me than Carl Lewis was. Maybe because he's Caribbean, and I kind of relate to him more. Even though my family are not from Jamaica, I still relate to him as being a Caribbean man, or where he's come from, rather than Carl Lewis. So it's great stuff. What I hope we don't hear in the future of Usain Bolt is that he was on PEDs or he's on drugs and the whole of his career was a scam. I really hope that isn't the case. I'm sure it isn't, but I really pray that doesn't happen. It got to be devastating. Another point is the Gatlin, his win, the former drug cheat. My point on this is that it seemed to me like a glorified passing of changing of the guards, because we knew Bolt was not going to run anymore. That well, give it to Gatlin. He's fast enough, and while he needs to repair his career, and well, if he ends Bolt's career on a loss, well, it don't matter because we'll give it to Gatlin. So it seemed to me like a glorified changing of the guard. That's what it was. You see it in music, you've seen it in sports, and it just looked like a changing of the guards, really. I don't know how much Usain Bolt even trained for the. I don't know if you wanted to be part of the World Championships, whether he was being greedy and he wanted just another belt, another title to say he was there, whether he was forcing to because of promotional stuff and sponsorship. I don't know if he was carrying an injury. I don't know what was that, because I don't know. I'm not that close to Usain Bolt. I'm not even close to Usain Bolt. So whereas Gatlin won, everything in the past, he's just destroyed everybody. The man's getting older, making excuses. But, to me, like I said, just looked glorified. And, so congratulations to Usain Bolt, brother. You've been exemplary and just legendary. So TBE, the best ever, quite possibly. Moving on, the retirement of Vladimir Klitschko. And now we're going to talk boxing. The retirement of Vladimir Klitschko. I won't say too much, but I think Vladimir Klitschko's career could have been more exciting. I think Vladimir Klitschko could have achieved so much more had he used who he had in the corner in James Ali Bashir. It's just like the elephant in the room. Why didn't you have Bashir training you? What could a potential 30-year-old have given you an experience that Bashir could not have given you? The ultimate slap in the face to Bashir, somebody that Klitschko would talk to intimately, decided to go with Jonathan Banks instead of Bashir. Jonathan Banks would have done okay, would have been fine, and a decent enough trainer. if Bashir wasn't in that era, if Bashir wasn't part of the Emmanuel Stewart era, it wouldn't have been a problem. But the fact that he was right in the Emmanuel Stewart era, and Emmanuel Stewart himself often would turn to Bashir for advice. I remember one interview, one point in time where Bashir warned Stewart. Stewart wanted Nazim Hamed to set his feet and land punches and stop the dancing around. Bashir said, "You're ruining him. You need to allow Naz to move around the ring. His elusiveness and his surprise of throwing shots, that's what made him so great." But Stewart had another way about it, and the two of them kind of clashed often, but they were very good in terms of being masterminds in the careers of such Lennox Lewis and other heavyweight fighters. But anyway, I go on to say congratulations to Vladimir Klitschko for a successful career in the heavyweight division. Could have been so much better, and I just wished, you know, he didn't listen to Vitaly Klitschko. He had Bashir in his corner, and then we would have seen really what Vladimir Klitschko could have done in his career. We didn't, and you'll see on the channel that I've just finished talking to James Bashir, the assistant trainer, his views on Jonathan Banks, his views on the Klitschko era, where it went wrong, and what could have, what he believes are the reasons why it went wrong. So check out that interview as well. Thank you all for being in the room. I appreciate it. Lots of love. I appreciate the love as always. Peter Powell says, Bolt high on chicken nuggets, nothing else. Let's hope so. Let's pray so. Aaron said they're aiming for Glossick and Ward by the end of the year. Premature fight for Glossick. I would say he needs Barrera at first. Also, for some reason, this info is only in Ukrainian media. Surprise, surprise there. For those people who don't know who's in the room, Eugene is our go-to man in terms of Eastern European boxing. So if you check out the channel and you see any Eastern European boxing news, it's because of our friend Eugene, who is Ukrainian, lives in Canada, if I'm correct, and is spot on when it comes to dissecting the news that's coming out of Ukraine and the Eastern Europe. So shout out to you, Eugene's in the room. AJ taking Amir's wife was changing of the guard as well. She stepped up in weight divisions. TBE, baby. Okay, well, let's go there. Let's talk about Amir Khan versus, I think we're going to talk about Amir Khan and we're going to talk about Paulie Malignaggi in the same, not in the same breath, but in the same WTF. What the hell? Yeah, WTH, what the hell? We'll talk, the first what the hell moment is Amir Khan. Before, I believe that Skype thing was leaked, and I believed it was somebody in his camp. Today, I believe that Amir Khan leaked it himself. Why? Because there's a theory that I believe that maybe Amir Khan is, because boxing isn't going so well for him at the moment and getting clattered by Canelo, and no longer a world champion, he doesn't command the respect he once had years ago. He was called the champion, he was champion, but images of him getting splattered by Canelo and being called out by Kell Brook. I think, in my opinion, you know, there's a potential that Khan probably wants some attention, and his wife said, his ex-wife said, you know, the boxing's not working out well, so he wants some attention. In terms of his wife or his ex-wife being with Anthony Joshua, well, listen, whether she did or she didn't, in my humble opinion, you just don't put it out on social media. You just don't put it out on social media. The Skype thing, that with him jacking off, you know, on Skype to that girl, I think Khan leaked it. And with this one now, this situation now, look, if he's leaked, and the other reason why I think he leaked it is because he's gone on and leaked, he's gone on social media and talked about how Joshua slept with his missus. I mean, who in their right mind does something like that? Openly admits something like this. So for me, evening Ali, Adam Ali, evening, not surprised. So when you look at the Skype situation and now you look at this situation with Twitter, it seems to me that Amir Khan could well potentially have put that Skype video out there to get some attention. And there were problems with his marriage before this. So Richard and Judy Jobbo. Not for the boxing channels. Oh, but anyway, so I think Amir released it. The Skype thing. I also think that Amir, as we saw with the Twitter thing with him talking to Anthony Joshua, yeah, his wife being with Amir, Amir's wife being with Joshua, just the images going through your mind. It was just, I mean, and then Dillian White, I think he cracked a joke and said that how Amir discovered that it was Joshua because his wife's sweet piece would have been greatly expanded when Khan went back there again. I don't know. I don't know. Evening, sir. We need to AJ's side of the story before making conclusions like that happen. I like AJ. He's going to admit if it's true. This is Michael C. Where's Jeremy Kyle at? There's Norris. So AJ said it's not me. Well, I don't. Well, the wife or the ex-wife. I've always said it. It's women who rule the world, not men. Men believe they win the world, and I believe that she only has to make a statement and said it's true, or show a text message, and that's it. That's all she has to do. She wanted a fufu and Afro beats. She's a stick. AJ was snapper in half. Oh, dear me. Bought themselves a burqa and some acid in case she leaves him. She looks like Michael Jackson. Oh dear. I mean, Dillian White makes another valid point. Is what I think say 2.6 or 6.2 billion women in the world. Why does he have to go with Amir Khan's wife? But there's some things that don't make sense. For a Muslim woman to have been freely been able to have access to Anthony Joshua, to me, it don't make sense unless where was Amir Khan when all this was going on? I would have thought that he would have had more supervision of his wife. Wouldn't have let his wife out of his sight, particularly in fact now that she's a mother as well. But then Amir Khan himself has rumored to like the ladies a lot, and there's been pictures of him and this woman and that woman and all the rest of it. Now he's with a new girl. He's moving on with his life. It could be a rebound. I don't know. But they've been having problems. But they've been having problems. But didn't we? Don't we all? Yeah, we do. She looks like something out of Avatar. Is there a link, Ingram, for a group chat? Oh yeah, if you send me your send me a thing, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? Send me your send me, just tweet me and I'll send it to you. Tweet me and I'll send it to you. Is Khan annoyed she just fancied Joshua? Well, Khan said that she always wanted another boxer. She always wanted to be with another boxer. Well, see, there's always a problem for me when you decide to get married as a celebrity to somebody else. You never know whether they're attracted to you for what you've got or to who you are. And when things don't work out for you, the way that person, how they met you in the beginning, there's always a possibility that your relationship will be, if it's not built on solid foundation, those things will happen. And so, it's always where possible, always it's nice in a position where you can start in a relationship where you both come to the table on equal footing. So I have no Twitter. Right. Well, I don't know how I can help you there. Have I missed AJ's next opponent announcement? Right. Well, we can talk about that, and I want to talk about that as well. AJ's next opponent rumored to be Pulev, but Luis Ortiz is trying to force the issue. On the subject of Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, Bermain Stavern, Dillian White, you can hear it on the channel here. Listen, yes, I am. Long time ago, yes, Jim. Who thinks Khan's doing it for all for publicity? I just said it. I think it's all for publicity. Yeah, I'm still on Skype. So I think, in terms of Deontay Wilder can't go nowhere and can't do nothing unless he goes through Bermain Stavern. Okay, unless Bermain Stavern accepts step aside money, forget any dates you may hear about Wilder versus Ortiz or Wilder versus Dillian White. Forget them dates. Forget. Don't even listen to it. Just trust me on that. Don't listen to them dates. They are just noise making, but it's distractions. The bottom line is Bermain Stavern is in the driver's seat, not Deontay Wilder, not Al Heyman. Unless Deontay Wilder throws the WBC belt in the bin, there is no way in hell that that Deontay Wilder is going to be able to fight anybody else. He has to fight Bermain Stavern. Okay, so I'm making it quite clear. So if you hear other outlets telling you this stuff about, forget it. Don't even listen to it. Okay, don't even bother. Have you not seen the Snapchat of her speaking to AJ and telling him she's coming back to London to see him again? He's calling her babe and everything. Well, maybe so. I don't know. Didn't he put himself down as the ghost or something? I don't know. He's in the news for his antics, not his fights. Yes, that's calm. Not surprised. Says Bomb Squad making noise. Indeed. Jim Wilson says Khan's been shot for years. Finished from years ago. Went live in death for Algeria 2 years ago. He's just looking for a payday. Indeed. Routine win for Bomb Squad. Why is it taking so long for him to announce it? Because if it was a routine win, he had probably taken the fight already. And Brook is finished as well. One good win in 10 years, almost of being a pro pathetic. Well, as for Brook, from what I heard, again, through reliable sources while my time in Sheffield, Brook is not he's not interested in fighting again. He's mentally sharp, not physically, mentally sharp, and he's not in the head's not in the right place. And although they're trying to force him to come back to 154, Brook is not really. Brook really wants to retire, but we'll see. Think Khan's money is running low, and that's before the divorce, quite possibly. I've always said Khan's team's been fairly unprofessional. If you look at the way he operates, his PR team has been an absolute disaster, and I think his PR team were the reason why Mayweather and Khan never happened. Not because Mayweather was scared of Amir Khan. I heard Kell Brook was drunk on an airplane the other day. AJ had Chisora's wife on the go as well from back in Finchley ABC days. Yeah, I heard that story as well, but I don't know how true that is. But I think I've met Chisora's missus actually. We actually had dinner together. It was me, Chisora, my wife, and his missus. Chisora, they came in at Finchley. That was just before he was going to fight Vitaly Klitschko. I think it's the same girl. Yeah. Then Chisora beat her up. Is it the same one? It might be a different girl then. Khan and Brook are both head cases, to be honest. Both of them are quite embarrassing. Is Brook gay? I've heard stories about that. Don't know how true it is. Mayweather would have easily UD Khan. Do you eat curry goat? No, I don't eat curry goat. I'm a veggie. Sorry. So it would be curry corn, not curry goat. And I'm not Jamaican either. So I'm Trinidadian. So we'd probably eat roti, doubles. Yeah, but not curry goat. Sorry. Brook is suspect. The story I heard, I don't know how true it is, but there was some story about he was drunk and he came onto some guy and that's why he got a stab in the leg. I don't know how true it is, but that's none of my business anyway. Where were we? So we talked about where are we now? Yes, Malinagi. Or Malinagi, or whatever you want to call him. What the hell? I have absolutely no sympathy whatsoever for Paulie Malignaggi. Absolutely none. First question is, what the hell are you going in a gym with Colin McGregor for, please? Why? Oh, I want to help out, and I'm an advisor, shut up. You work for Showtime. Your career is done. What the hell are you going and sparring with Colin McGregor for? Right? You ain't got no punching power. You only had a jab, and for most of your fights, you're on the receiving end of punishment. The Cotto fight, the Khan fight, the Hatton fight, the Eglinton fight. Do I have to go on about, then Malignaggi says, "Oh, well, I went to the camp, and when I got there, they had no, there was nobody for me, and I didn't have a coach, and this happened and that." You're a big man. It's not right. It's not suiting you. You're going and your advisor. What are you even picking yourself up and saying your advisor? Why would you be advisor to somebody that you've been disrespectful to? That don't make no sense. If me and you are dissing one another, why am I going to come and advise you? If I'm going to come to the gym, it's beef. It's beef. Give you an example. I'm going to give you this example. I think it's a very good example here. I'll give you an example. Situation happened a couple of weeks ago. No, about a week ago. I was in Sheffield. I had the pleasure to be with one Dave Allen, and I was doing some interviews. And Dave said to me, "It's open." Well, Dave said to me, I'm gonna have a little move around." So, well, go get ahead. He said, "Go ahead." And he said to me, He said, "Do you want to have a move around?" I went, "Fair enough." I didn't think about it. I haven't been in the ring for properly 10, 15 years, but I didn't think nothing. I thought, "Well, I'd move around," you know. So I went and put my head guard on. No, I didn't put head guard on. Did I put head guard on? No, I put gloves on. He put gloves on. We got in the ring. The bell went. And Dave Allen, 19 stone. He tells me he's 19 stone. He probably weighed a bit more than that, but he's in great shape. And me, who's 40 years old, weighing 13 and a half, 14 stone. And he comes at me. I put the jab out. And within the first 10 seconds of he putting out the jab, I realized there was problems because he walked straight through that jab, walked through it, come forward. And I slipped him a couple of times, slipped him left way, slipped right, slipped out the front back door. Both times I slipped, was fine. But then he leaned on me and just laid right down on me. And then it was just push me against the ropes and just knacking, just slung in body shots to me. This is Dave Allen. This is a professional fighter. This is somebody who, say what you want about him. He's 19 stone versus my 13 and a half, 14 stone of inactivity and all the rest of it. So when I call him, just bringing the situation with Malignaggi and myself, I'm not saying I'm better than Malignaggi or I can box on Malignaggi. No, the situation is, you know what you get yourself into. You know what you're getting yourself into. So I'm taking these body shots and I'm getting whacked by Dave Allen by body shots all the time. He's like one and lifting one in. I know I'm getting myself into. I'm a big man in terms of, I take responsibility. And you have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility. You're right. I'm fine. I'm fine. The body shots did hurt. The body shots did hurt. But no, I get on with Dave fine. Good lad. But no, I mean, them body shots hurt. It got to the point I was absolutely knackered with about 2 minutes into the round. I was knackered and I was just looking for a way out. Literally, them body shots were going in. And your fat gut is at least 15 stone, son. No, it's not. Don't start, DJ Slick. Don't start. Don't start. Right? So I don't have a fat gut, by the way. It's just the way I'm sitting. I do not have a fat gut. So at the end of the day, I think you know what you're doing. If you put yourself in a ring, you put yourself in a situation like that, you know what you're doing. So coming back to Malanaji, you know what you're doing. You went there, you went to the gym, you saw everything. You saw everything. And you saw how everything was set up. Yet you still proceeded to get in the ring with Conor McGregor. And Paulie Malignaggi is an experienced fighter. Experienced fighter. And he's an advisor. It seemed to me that the advisor needed some advice. And the advice of Paulie Malignaggi said, where the hell do you think you're going? Keep your suit and tie on and watch McGregor from a distance. What did he potentially gain from being in the ring with McGregor? Yeah, have you sent me on Skype? Have you Skyped me? Yeah, where's the Skype? Send me the Skype. Send me a message on Skype and I'll send it back to you, the link. Yeah, so why would you go and mess around with McGregor? I mean, he was clearly out of shape. That's the first thing. You look at Paulie's face, was out of shape. So this is a guy in his prime, in shape. What were you hoping to achieve? It's a sparring session. You knew that you and Greg McGregor had beef. You ain't no puncher. The best thing you have is a jab. So hold on. I don't understand it. Logically, there's a walk in the park for McGregor, but do you think the boxing gods, aka Las Vegas, have a bigger asset for money, May or Mac? Reason I'm saying is May will retire, whereas he can make money from McGregor as he's young. Can you see some BS stoppage for McGregor? The boxing gods are unforgiving, and color may play a role. Yeah, we know we've seen this before. I've told you about the boxing gods. Um, I think I think there's a certain thing called distance and timing, and I don't I honestly see Mayweather coming out very aggressive and putting it on McGregor. I really do. I don't think we're going to see the Mayweather we've seen in previous fights. I think he's going to go out there and look to stop McGregor early. Honestly, I really do. I really do. Um, I don't. I can't see. Everyone's talking about what McGregor is going to do to Mayweather, but nobody's talking about what Mayweather could potentially do to McGregor. Nobody's talking about the lack of defense McGregor's got, the poor things. McGregor's got this annoying thing when he throws his punch, he leaves his hand back out here. All that stuff he does, and he leaves himself open. Floyd's going to counter that stuff. Floyd's so sharp. And McGregor's going to have no answer for that straight right hand, I'm telling you. I can see McGregor getting very badly hurt in this fight. You sent me a Skype message. Where is it? Let me see. No message there, my friend. Nothing there. Are you sure you sent me a Skype message, my friend? Because I've got nothing here. No, nothing. Nothing here, my friend. I've got no Skype messages from you. Nope. Nope. Unfortunately, no Skype message from you, my friend. Mayweather ain't seen that style. And what style is that? What style is that? Look, you tell me what style is McGregor's style. Is it boxing? I don't think it's boxing. It's prepared to get yourself knocked out. That's what style that is. He's too open, way too open. And whereas Nate Diaz and all these guys didn't capitalize on it, Mayweather will capitalize on it. Something wild will happen. It will be called a no contest. The mega money for a rematch. Watch his space. Anything's potentially to happen in that fight, but for Mayweather's legacy, he can't lose to McGregor. Honestly, LOL. In terms of skill, this is not a competition. But what I'm saying, if McGregor wins, but what I'm saying is, if McGregor wins, he is a bigger future asset. Yes, he is, because you can see matchups with him against Canelo and or Golovkin, or hey, there may even be a fight between Paulie Malignaggi and McGregor after this. I can see that happening. For Vegas, yeah, possibly. Whereas Mayweather has nothing more to give in the boxing ring, as he will retire. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, you could have said the same thing about the Pacquiao fight. A lot of people wanted Pacquiao to beat Mayweather, right? There were people in America that wanted Pacquiao to beat Mayweather. Didn't happen. I don't think so. I think Mayweather's going to do a number on McGregor. Honestly, I do. Unless he's really, I think he's unless he miscalculates it at McGregor. I think he's going to stop McGregor. I think McGregor is going to get hit with the right hand way too often, and once he starts getting tagged with the right hand, it's going to be all over. Okay, so we talked about McGregor, Mayweather, McGregor. We talked about Khan. Khan, he shouldn't have outed his wife. He shouldn't have done the social media tweets, and it's reckless that he's allowed his wife even to be able to travel and do those things in the way. He should have had his wife on lockdown, but that's neither here nor there. Khan needs to focus on his boxing career. He needs to get rid of his PR team. He needs to start again, in my opinion, and he needs to find himself a defensive coach. We talked Mayweather, McGregor, David Price, the return of David Price. He leaves Dave Colwell. And if you go back and listen to my video about how it would unfold with David Price and Dave Colwell, it's gone exactly to plan. I said that, in my humble opinion, that Dave Colwell wasn't the right fit for David Price in the Last Chance Saloon. It seems that David Price is going to get another chance in the Last Chance Saloon. Now he's gone to Derry Matthews. Question number one is, no disrespect to Derry Matthews, what experience has Derry Matthews got training a heavyweight? That's the first thing. It just seems that David Price hasn't learned his lessons. Seems he wants the creature comforts of Liverpool, mate. And it's not going to work out for you, son. It's really not going to work out for you. If you're really serious, my opinion, for David Price, what he needs to do is get a proper advisor on board. And the best person in the country for David Price at this point in time is Dennis Hobson. And it's not because I've got a relationship with Dennis Hobson. It's because I believe that Dennis Hobson has taken guys who have been absolutely finished and brought them back from the dead, or in terms of their careers. When Clinton Woods was getting beaten up and nobody cared about Clinton Woods, brought him back, came back and won world titles, not once and on quite a few occasions, came back and won a world title. Managed Carl Thompson. Carl Thompson beat David Haye. We could go on. You know, he had Stewie Hall. He had David McDonald. I think that David Price, under the guidance of someone like Dennis Hobson, who's been there, who's seen it, who's done it, who's got the connections, who won't rush him, will make him have the right fights at the right time, and will be able to give him those small hall fights as well for David Price to learn under the radar. That's what needs to happen. No big announcements, no big TV deals. David Price has to learn his trade. Is it too late? Maybe it is. Been knocked out so many times now. David Price needs a defensive coach. He needs to work on his defense, not his attack. His defense is what's let him down, and he needs a world-class trainer. I spoke to Uncle Bashir about it, and he says, for me, he doesn't believe he can do anything to help David Price. Tommy Brooks was doing a good job with him, but Tommy Brooks even admitted David doesn't listen to instructions. He does his own thing. So, you know, that's not me saying that. Oops, daisy. Get my camera back up. That's not just me saying that. That's what Tommy Brooks has said. Let's get the camera back up. Yeah, it's not just me who said that. It's what Tommy Brooks has said. So I don't think it works out for David Price, him being in Liverpool. Sorry. I said it way before. David Price, if you want to become heavyweight champion of the world and you're serious, you have to leave Liverpool and you have to leave the creature comforts of Liverpool. If not, give up, retire from boxing, and don't put your family and yourself for any more trauma. Really, because it ain't going to end any better with Derry Matthews. I'm sorry. You leave Coldwell, you go to Derry Matthews. What's Derry Matthews going to teach you? Let's be honest. I'm no disrespect to Derry Matthews, an accomplished professional fighter. What is Derry Matthews going to teach you that Tony Brooks couldn't teach you? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I think I said, David Price, get your ass to Sheffield and talk to Dennis Hobson. That's who you need to be with, mate. Nobody else. That's the best person for you at this minute in time. Oh, sorry. This I didn't see all this. Sorry, guys. I didn't see this. I'm seeing my messages come through now. I see your status as busy on Skype, yeah, but I don't see your message though. Oh, here, recent. Let's see. Oh, there you are. There you are, my friend. Just seen you. Hello. Right. Hold on. Let me get the link for you, my friend. Bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to be with you in a second. I'm just going to... Yeah, my friend, I'm just going to... There's the link there. Jump in and have a talk. Let's see now. I mean, the crazy thing is that you make £20 for betting 100 on Floyd to beat someone without a pro fight. Eddie says he's going to announce a mega fight tomorrow. Must be Belly, but who is against? I say Ward. A mega fight. You ain't going to announce no lasting mega fight. What mega fight is he going to announce? What? Poulet versus Joshua or Bellew versus Andre Ward? It's not a mega fight, is it? What makes it a mega fight? Because Bellew beat a one-legged David Haye? I don't think so. I got it. I've just sent it to you now, my friend. McGregor throwing haymakers and missing for first 3 rounds. For the record, I think Mayweather wipes the floor with him. I just think that shady people will rig odds in McGregor's favor. Might sound crazy, just something unsettles me in this. Okay. Conor has the straight left. You need more than one punch to beat an all-time great in Mayweather. I knew Pacquiao would never beat Mayweather. His ego won't let him throw this fight. Of course, boxing is becoming more like WWE and more every day. Deliberately slicks. The price is back. The price is back. Mayweather won't throw the fight, but I think there will be people out to get his legacy destroyed with this new great hope. Of course, thoughts on Floyd juicing? His body is more ripped at 40 than it was in his past fights. Possible about him getting ripped being ripped to 40 than he was at 30 minutes. Okay, let's clear this thing up. Floyd is not fighting a welterweight. Floyd is fighting a light middleweight. As you get older, it's about muscle definition. Floyd is now 40 years old. I don't know if you could say he's juicing. If he is juicing, he's in Vegas, and is anyone prepared to grass him up and lose a paycheck? I don't think Floyd's juicing. I just think that he may have done a bit more bodybuilding, more muscle building, muscle toning. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's not the first person Floyd's fought who can punch hard. Exactly. The price is right. There's no return of Price. He's going to get chinned again. Should have retired, says Jim Wilson. Hi there, Bayloric. What's happened when boxer McGregor with a 0-0 record goes 12 rounds against the best a boxer in the millennium, Mayweather. I'll tell you what happens. First of all, don't look at it as 0-0. He is a martial artist and he has some form of experience of how to fight. So he'll know his way around the ring to a point. McGregor did box as an amateur. Now, that being said, that experience might do him some favor in how long he lasts in the fight. But I would be interested to see what happens when he gets nailed with a good shot, if he can hold it together without reverting back to UFC kicks and all the rest of it. Buddy Jack will knock cleverly out, by the way. Okay. Have you seen how muscular Floyd looks right now? Yeah, I have. But Floyd's fighting at light middleweight. Probably can't make the welterweight division in the same way. So, cleverly was always overrated. It's suspicious. I don't doubt that both sides are on the magic potion. Where's David Feathers? He's 34 with Brutal KO. I think he's done, says Anthony Bates. I agree with you. Price needs to work on his stamina. He needs to work on his stamina. He needs to work on his defense. He needs to work on his chin. He needs to work on his self-esteem, self-worth. David was finished after losing Tony Thompson, 50-year-old Tony the Tiger Thompson 4 years ago. Has the broadcast announced Parker Fury? No, it hasn't. Not that I know of. Who actually believed Wilder was going to fight Ortiz? I don't know, but not me. His handlers, not his handlers, not to put them in. I think AJ spots Wilder in 4 rounds. Okay, this isn't going to be a competitive fight. McGregor is cashing out. Okay, quite possibly. And I think through that fought Klitschko would school both of them. However, I do believe AJ can give Fury problems. Fury capitalizes on Vladimir's cautious style. AJ takes more risk and does have more power, though. Thoughts, Ingram? Thoughts? It's quite apparent that when Vladimir backed Joshua up against the ropes, Joshua cannot fight off the back foot. He can fight going forward. He can't fight going backwards. It's quite apparent. It's only when Klitschko allowed Joshua back into the fight, that's when Joshua did something. But beginning of the fight, if you notice, Joshua's backwards against the ropes. He didn't quite know what to do. He's back against the ropes. Fury, Klitschko, Joshua. Let's talk a little bit about Fury for the second. Did I not say in my video about Tyson Fury at the beginning of the year, did I not say about him dropping them belts? What did I say? He should drop them belts and he should stick with keep the IBO. Did I not say? What happens? The belts have been dropped. Did I not say that Tyson Fury, in terms of his comeback trail, he's not going to be given a red carpet? And did I not say that he's going to get messed around a lot? And the UCAD, which he was meant to be in June, then the Hero was meant to be in July. Now that Hero was going to be in October, I can assure you now, Tyson Fury back in the world of boxing, in the UK, is not good business. It's good business for Joshua versus Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury in terms of the British public, and of course that's a fight people want to see. But it's not in the best interest promotionally for you know who. It's not in the best interest because that means that the only cash cow is threatened by Tyson Fury. Okay, so I think that Fury is being, you're going to call them dark forces, call them whatever you want, but the jury, in my opinion, is out on Fury making a comeback without he's going to have to, I don't know what Fury's going to have to do to be allowed to get back into boxing and do things on his own terms. I don't know if he's going to have to sign some blood contract or blood oath. I don't know what with Fury, but he's upset a lot of people. And I think those people wanted him shut out of boxing, and they've done a damn good job at him. I just wonder what's next for him. Fury will humiliate AJ, quite possibly. Fury in 12 rounds was doing bad against Vlad. and Vlad was actually fighting him. McGregor versus Mayweather is just laughing at fans who buy the bullshit. Of course, the rumor is AJ Pulev in Vegas with Dillian White is versus Wilder on the undercard. That's not going to happen. Forget it. Forget it. It's bullshit. Dillian White is not fighting. He's not going to fight AJ Wilder. Forget it. Not going to happen. So forget that bullshit talk. Not happening because Wilder has a mandatory. Unless Wilder drops his WBC belt, he has a mandatory that has to be honored. Has to be honored. So forget it. That's just talk. Not happening. I thought he was meant to fight. Honored. Hello. Has to be honored. So forget it. That's just talk. Not happening. I thought he was meant to fight. Honored. Hello. Has to be honored. So forget it. It's just talk. Not happening. I thought he was meant to fight. Honored. Hello. Has to be honored. Hello. Mr. Amsterdam, are you in the room? You turn your volume up. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Are you there, Ingram?
Yeah, I'm there. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty fine. Long time no.
No speak. Yes, it has
Yes,
been.
it's been a while.
Yeah, for those people who don't know who you are, just give them a brief overview as to who you are, my friend.
Ooh, well,
Oh, he disappeared and he's gone. He's gone, I think. Oh, he's gone shy on me. So, okay, let's see. Any news on Frampton Ingram still going to Colwell? I heard a rumor that it was Frampton was going to Colwell. Don't know how true it is, but it was a rumor. Am I the only one who thinks Lomachenko is overrated? People saying pound for pound when he lost to Salido. Absolutely overrated. I think Lomachenko is a very talented fighter. I think he's a very good fighter. However, I think that Lomachenko being pound for pound number one, don't get it. How can he be pound for pound number one? You've got Crawford and Ndogo fighting for the undisputed championship, but their name's not being mentioned as a pound for pound number one. You've got Andre Ward who's come off a win against Kovalev, fought in the Super Six, beat everyone in the super middleweight division that mattered at the time. Now has gone on and beat the crusher in the light heavyweight division. But somehow Lomachenko has fought no killers, but yet he is pound for pound number one. When people say stuff like that, I think it's just because Lomachenko is on their network, fighting on their network. That's why they say that. Lomachenko is a good fighter, but I don't know if he's a great fighter yet. Mayweather packed on the muscle to deal with the clinches. McGregor will use elbows, etc. in clinches. That makes sense to me. He's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but anyone can look like Superman against C and D level opposition. Totally agree with you there. Thoughts? Parker Fury is going on ITV pay-per-view. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It's the Zionists keeping Tyson down. Quite possibly. LOL. Dark forces. The jury is out. No one cares about Tyson. All his problems are self-made. Why should anyone waste time on him? I can understand your point of view on that. Fury has dark forces against him, but he hasn't helped himself. He should have played the game better himself. Can't be saying certain things without consequences. From time Tyson's talking about Zionists, you should be watching his back from then. I will say no more. What do you think, Ingram? I said, well, they say if you live by a gun, you die by the gun. So if you're going to make statements like that, yeah, look, if you're going to talk about saying, well, you know, you're the next Muhammad Ali or you're the Muhammad Ali of this era, then you got to do things that Ali did. Ali took on the government Ali stood for what he believed in, and he wasn't broken. Even though they threw him in prison, he wasn't broken. He came back and he reclaimed his title. Not once, twice, three time heavyweight champion of the world. So Ali, he went on and fought George Foreman, Fraser, Norton, Spinks. I mean, even late in his career, Berbick and Larry Holmes, but he came back and fought George Foreman when a lot of people didn't think he'd beat George Foreman. Ironically, George Foreman today, as Uncle Bashir says, it would be Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury is inactive. If Fury were to come back and to actually come back and beat Joshua, is similar to the way that Ali beat Foreman, then I think that would be great. That would be greatness. Tyson talks about being a fighting man and all the rest of it, but I think his fight is mental, not just with mental, emotional, spiritual, not just with um, the boxing side of things, but the politics outside of it. So I think our friend's disappeared. Don't know what happened to him, but he's disappeared now. Never mind. Let's see now. Right. Pound for pound, top five is Ward, Crawford, Pacquiao, due to pass. Yep. Then Canelo, GGG. Tyson has inspired more people than all boxers in history. Ndogo will be a harder fight for him than Postal. Of course he will. He returned to the pub. Fury come back in 2018, 2019 to mirror Ali's exile period. Watch it happen. Heard it here first. That is something I can see the parallels there if Tyson were to do that. Opinions on Big Ben Miller and his win over Washington. I told everyone what was going to happen with Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington fights the same way in every single fight he fights. Gerald Washington can't fight with his back against the ropes and tires after about 4 rounds. And then just Miller was just teeing off on him. Miller's win. It's good to see Miller. I'd like to see someone like Miller fight Dillian White. Then the winner of that go on and fight for a world title. So yeah, I like Dillian White. I like what I see of Big Baby Miller. He really is a heavyweight. So yeah. Opinions on Frampton's opponent, freak accident in shower and claims of being beaten up. I don't know about that bit. I don't know. Opinions on Yard Buglioni, Jose Burton situation. I heard Don Charles is trying to block it. Don Charles is a mentor for Buglioni, and he will do what's best for his fighters' interests. Actually, I think that Jose Burton should fight Yard. Jose Burton should fight Yard, and the winner should fight Buglioni, because Yard hasn't done anything yet to suggest that he should be fighting Buglioni now. So let him get past Burton, who we know is a puncher, takes a good punch. Burton will be wanting to prove his point to get the rematch with Buglioni, so he's got enough motivation there. For Yard, he's unbeaten, and he's the guy on the way up. And Burton's wants to get back in the mix. So Burton versus Buglioni, no, Burton versus Yard should fight. The winner, British title eliminator, and the winner of that fight should fight Buglioni, I think, in my opinion. I'm interested in I'm interested in Hughie's career, how Hughie's career will turn out. What do you think? He's got to pass the gut check. He really has got to pass the gut check. It's all right doing running up hills and mountains, but I think at the end of the day, if Hughie's heart can hold up, his heart and his chin can hold up. We know, rumor is that, well, the stories have been that Hughie's got a tremendous chin. If he can if he can pass the gut check here, then he beats Parker. His heart's going to be key. He's got to take the fight to Parker. So that's my thought on the Hugh thing. He looked worrying against Cassie, he did, but we'll take it now on the advice of Peter that he's cleared up. He no longer has those acne patches and stuff, and he looks healthy. So we'll see. According to the reports, Hugh's got a very good chin, but I don't think he's going to do him any favors getting whacked by Parker. Yeah, stories about Frampton joining Matchroom after Frampton said he didn't like Eddie Hearn and all the rest of it. For Frampton to go back to Matchroom is the ultimate slap in the face. I don't know what happened between him and the McGuigans. Wow, I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. I don't know what the discussion is. I don't know what the breakup's all about. It'll come out eventually. Yard turned that fight down. He should fight Burton, in my opinion. Yard is a good fighter, but the opposition has been shocking. I agree with you there. Opinions on Ryan Burnett unification bout. Sorry, I'm not a fan of Ryan Burnett. I'm sorry, I don't think he's that good. He's shown that he can punch hard, but that only take you so far in a pro game. I agree. Burns versus Crawler, when he knows Cyclone need to make Burns Taylor to stay afloat. I don't care about Crawler versus Burns. Both guys are lucky to have won world titles. I lean towards Burns only because I kind of like, Burns has fought the better opposition in Crawford and in Figueroa. So I'm going with Burns in that fight. I like Burns. I like Burns more than Crawler. But I couldn't give a damn about the fight, to be honest. So that's it. Campbell Linares, I think that's a good fight. I like that fight. I like it a lot. I have some mic issues. Maybe next time, no problems. I like Campbell for the fight. I really do. I think he may have got Linares at the right time, and I'm actually backing Campbell for the fight. Eddie deliberately undermining competition with Sky's backing. Well, you got to ask yourself the question: back the Luis Ortiz, the best promoter in the world, according to British casuals. They believe that the promoter who was looking after Luis Ortiz was doing Luis Ortiz a favor. It clearly was to undermine and undervalue Luis Ortiz. It's all it was, because if you're fighting Dave Allen and Malik Scott, the greatest respect to those two guys, it doesn't do your CV any favors, and it doesn't do your reputation any favors. And what's Luis Ortiz doing now? So it really is to freeze Luis Ortiz out, so he didn't get involved with Anthony Joshua. That's what it looked like to me. Yard pulled out of purse bids today. Would have got 100 grand versus Burton, eliminated for British. Instead, gonna fight a lower ranked fighter for no money. Yeah, well, that says it all, doesn't it? Remember, Yard's trainer, what's his name? Babatunde, what's his name? Tunde Ajayi. Tunde Ajayi and Don Charles are very close. Very close. Tunde Ajayi, who is Yard's trainer, and Buglioni, who is Don Charles Buglioni's trainer, they're very close. So I don't think they want that fight, really, to be honest. It's too close to home for me. Not interested in Burns, Crawler. Both are journeyman, won't be champion again. Should retire from boxing as well. Okay, well, can't understand that. Put your cam on. Is my cam not on? Thanks for that, Slick. Don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, people. Thank you for that, DJ. I didn't even realise my camera wasn't on. What would I do without you, DJ Slick? Thank you for that. Where are we? I remember watching a matchroom card this year with all the prospects who all fouled their opponents and had the commentators like Bellew and Froch condoning it. Yeah, I remember that. I pulled that up with Ali Bashir, and he didn't hold back his thoughts on that. I wasn't impressed with that either, but there you go. Where's Wilder announcing this Stavern rematch? Dragging on a bit now, isn't it? It is, because he's trying to look to make as much money as possible without fighting Stavern. But either pay. It's as simple as either pay Stavern off ridiculous amounts of money in a step aside, or he faces Stavern. It's as simple as that. Opinions on Groves versus Cox. Don't have much opinion. I think Groves stands a very good chance of winning the Super Six. He just hasn't. He's just got to do the business inside the first 6 rounds, I think. But he's a. I like Groves because he's a seasoned fighter. That's what he takes into the Super Six. Seasoned. The fact that there is Hearn and Warren fanboys are shocking in itself. Ingram, both dudes are dirty professional liars. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? I think Campbell does have a chance. He's got a better chance than people give him credit for. Crawler is a shocking boxer, absolutely made for Linares. I like Luke Campbell a lot. I like him a lot. And I think they're just trying to get rid of Luke Campbell by getting destroyed by Linares. I love Luke Campbell as a fighter. I wish him all the best. Thoughts on Ricky Summers? I haven't really spent much time on him. Yard versus Ricky Summers. Don't know nothing about Ricky Summers. Yillar's got dropped by Kevin Mitchell. Can see Campbell winning. He can do it. Tete versus Ryan Burnett. Love Tete. I think Tete beats Burnett. Crawler versus Burns would be a shite fight like Rosado Murray. Yep, I agree. The Matchroom Extravaganza, a mouth-watering clash of styles. Fancy Campbell to beat Linares if he keeps it long, use height and reach. I agree. Opinions on Shannon Briggs admitting he was juicing. Well, Shannon Briggs, that's probably one of the worst kept secrets in boxing. And let's go, champ. Sky will tell us what a great guy Crawler is and how he got hit on the head with a brick. You watch. Yep. And somebody's going to say at Sky, 50-50 matchup between Burns and Crawler, a mouth-watering clash between the styles. Manchester's Anthony Crawler versus Ricky Burns from Scotland, the three-time world champion versus Anthony Crawler. Remember that great night when Crawler won the world title against Darley Perez, and they'll play the replay of that. And of course, Crawler, Ricky Burns, and his 3 world title wins. So they'll sell it like that to you, and somehow as a casual, you're gonna think you're watching. I don't know. 2 great fighters fighting. Sorry, that's what will happen. I probably won't tune into the fight. I like Campbell. He's done it the hard way. So that's why I've got faith in Campbell. He's had the learning fights, and he's a dark horse indeed. Who wins, Mikey Garcia or Lomachenko? I'm going Mikey Garcia. Big Baby Miller versus Chisora. Who wins? Big Baby Miller. Got more in the tank, younger, fresher. Briggs versus Povetkin in Russia later this year. The battle of the PED monsters. Heard Big Dave Price coming out of retirement. Yes, I confirmed that earlier on. He's going with Derry Matthews. Why? I don't know. Thoughts on Lomachenko offering himself to McGregor for sparring? Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know about that. Cotto versus Brook. Who wins? That's coming in December. Brook needs to stay retired. Have you noticed? Yes. Lomachenko needs to fight better opposition. I wouldn't spar with McGregor going off what Paulie said, crack house. I've said before and I'll say it again. Paulie had no business being sparring McGregor. So his ass got handed to him. If he did get handed to him, serves him right. He was out of shape, had no business being in the ring. Don't whine about it. I had no business being in the ring with a 19 stone, fit, in shape, professional boxer in Dave Allen. I had no business being in the ring with him, even if it's body sparring. I had no business being in the ring with him. So any blows I took, and whether I didn't have breakfast or I had the cold, or he busted a rib, that is my business, right? That's my business. I had no business being in the ring with him. Oh, you were brave getting. Forget all that. I had no business being in the ring with him, and Dave Allen did what he should have done. So, in terms of Malignaggi and what happened with McGregor, the question is, who asked you to go and spar with McGregor as advisor? I have no sympathy for Malignaggi. I was planned. Horn will beat Pacquiao again. Then Crawford will move up and beat Horn for the WBO. Thoughts, Ingram? Yeah, I can see that. But I still think Pacquiao Crawford's still going to happen somehow or the other. I think it's still going to happen. What do I think of Tim Bradley retiring? About time. He's been an inside. He's been on the inside all the time with Aaron. I said it. If you go way back in my, not on this channel, but on Bayloric, go back and look at my prediction for Bradley versus Pacquiao, and I said that Bradley would beat Pacquiao, and it would be controversial because Bradley came to the press conference with Bradley, Pacquiao too, when the first fight hadn't happened, so he knew there was going to be a rematch. Bradley has always been a company man as far as I'm concerned, so you know, he was doing lots of commentating, didn't hear anything about his fights, and I think he's retired. I don't know if he's retired because he's been advised on medical grounds to retire. Remember, he's talking about all that dizziness he was having. So Bradley retiring, not surprised. Charlo faced someone with a dodgy leg. Peg leg, okay. We said that Egg fight was the beginning of the end for him. GGG fight was the beginning of the end for him. Of course it was. Bradley's a great fighter. Beat everyone except Pacquiao. Top three, four welterweight of the past years, apart from Mayweather and Pacquiao. Yeah, shame he never fought Mayweather. And Bradley, good fighter. Always liked Timothy Bradley. Lacked a punch, but having said that, punch hard enough to keep certain fighters off him. Yeah, happy for Bradley. Glad he's retired. Yeah, glad he's retired with his brain still intact. It was worrying when he started talking about the headaches he was having. So I'm glad that he has retired. Now, I think I've covered everything. Have I covered everything, people? How Bradley v. Mayweather happened? Bradley would have come in straight lines and he would have got his head taken off his shoulders cleanly. He would just, Mayweather just hit him with the right hand. Mayweather and Bradley would have just kept getting hit with the right hand all night long. I just don't see how. I don't see Bradley would just come forward, but I just don't see Bradley try to box. He'd have got caught with a straight right hand. Bradley tried to brawl. Mayweather is tucked up. You know, he did sit on the ropes and he's counting Bradley off the ropes with uppercuts and right hands. I think he even had enough power to drop Bradley as well. Thoughts on Charlo became mandatory for Gennady Golovkin, Charlo win, Canelo winner, and is it a harder matchup for GG or a harder matchup for GGG or Canelo? I like Charlo. That's a bad man. For me, I like to see Charlo fight a couple of fights at middleweight division, get acclimatized before stepping with either Canelo or Gennady Golovkin, because I think he'll only get better. If I were those guys, I'd fight him now rather than wait 6 months, 12 months down the line for Charlo's body to develop and become even more stronger. So that's my thoughts on that. Thoughts on Eubank versus that Turkish guy? There's that. It's that Turkish guy. I don't know nothing about the Turkish guy apart from he looks sharp on the night. He kind of reminded me of kind of like a younger version of Arthur Abraham in looks, but he looks sharp on the night. But that's it. I don't know much more. I was looking to him. You've not talked about Billy Joe Saunders there, Willie Monroe. Listen, if Billy Joe Saunders doesn't come out 100% in shape for the fight against Monroe, Monroe can beat him, right? Billy Joe Saunders made a very silly comment the other day about how Gennady Golovkin, he quit against Gennady Golovkin. But listen, Golovkin hits with thunderous power. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't hit with that sort of power. And I say that Monroe's got as good enough a chance of beating Billy Joe Saunders, to be honest. He's got the boxing ability to beat Billy Joe Saunders, to be honest. Monroe will not be an easy fight for Billy Joe Saunders. If he's struggling against that guy he had in the leisure centre, then God knows what's going to happen with him against Monroe. He needs to be on. He needs to be on his game. He's got a legitimately talented southpaw that can beat him, Monroe. I give the Turk a chance. He has a heart. Went into Mexico and upset the upper card. Okay, Charlo versus Jacobs. Who wins? Good fight. I don't know. I might lean towards Charlo. Too early for GGG, but I can see him beating GGG in 2-3 years. Billy Joe Saunders versus Monroe will be stinker. I see them both on equal level. Where do you put Monroe in the top 10 of the division? I don't know. How is Billy Joe Saunders proven to be on world level? He's fringe. He's only fringe with Andy Lee, who was almost sharp. I agree. Monroe worth a bet on that fight, but not sure he will get a decision. I had Billy Joe Saunders drawing with Wolverine. Yeah, there you go. Jacob stops Charlo. I don't know about that bit. McGregor will get a lesson in boxing thrown in at the deep end. I agree there. Yeah, I think Moran's got a damn good chance of beating Billy Joe Saunders. Honestly, I really do. I think he's got a damn good chance of beating him. Monroe's fought the better opposition. Gennady Golovkin. Yeah, I think he's fought the better opposition. I'm going Monroe personally. I think Monroe could beat Billy Joe Saunders. Thoughts on Jacobs' next fights, Ingram? I like Danny Jacobs. Actually, if Canelo beats Golovkin, I think Jacobs will fight Golovkin. Heard he's going to fight Chavez Jr. What a waste of time. I'd like to see Jacobs fight the winner of Monroe versus Billy Joe Saunders. That's what I'd like to see. I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to get a controversial decision. Well, he better not tie it down the stretch, because if he ties down the stretch, I think Monroe can win it if he ties down the stretch. Is anything else I haven't talked about? One other thing, I like Jacobs, but I think had JG win 8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds 5. There's a golden ticket if Billy Joe Saunders wins this fight. He might actually be asked. He might be. I'm leaning towards Monroe for the fight, though. I'm going with consistency. And aside the Gennady Golovkin fight, I like Monroe. I like Monroe for the fight. I really do. So I'm picking Monroe. What was your score, GG Jacobs, Ingram? I can't remember how I scored it. But I actually scored it. I can't remember how I scored it. I think it was 7 rounds to 5. I think I scored something like I had 1 round even. 7 rounds to 5, something like that. Or something like that. I scored it. But you can go back and listen to it because I did a post-fight review of the fight. Thoughts on Adam Smith and Kell Brook being caught up in a paedophile ring and his stabbing due to becoming gay? I don't know about that. When's the next Russell Hartley interview? Last one was gold. Yeah, we're going to do a 4-part special coming up because I think you guys love Russell Hartley now. He's become a bit of a popular man on the channel. Russell Hartley, we're going to do a 4-part series 150 questions to get through. We'll either do a 4-part series or just do one live evening, or just blast the whole thing out. Monroe is a cool cat. Hope he wins. Billy Joe Saunders has asked around doing nothing. Heard Brooke was caught smoking and being on plane. That's true, I heard. Thoughts of Billy Joe Saunders' opponent who was arrested in the Russian mafia. Poor guy. There's a hour-long interview with Will Monroe, and he's a cool dude. He is Russia's legend. If I was in America, I would also back him, Ingram, but expect some home cooking and Frank Warren WR handshakes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I definitely go with I've definitely backed Monroe. Got kicked off an jet flight. Who hasn't been kicked off an EasyJet flight? I haven't been kicked off an EasyJet flight. I've never flown with EasyJet. I fly with Ryanair. Billy Jones to win a controversial decision. Maybe Monroe will probably win the second half of the fight going down the stretch, because you know Billy Joe Saunders will tire. So I'm backing Monroe though in this fight. Sadly, I had Billy Joe Saunders beating Wolverine 118, 110. I scored a draw. Wolverine. Manage your game till sunrise. Don't know about that, mate. I've got an important day tomorrow. I had to decide whether I was going to do the BWTM gaming tonight, or to do the sports channel, and I've done the sports channel. Right. I think that's it. Canelo, Barry Jones, and Wolverine winning. Wolverine. I'm going with Canelo. 1, 2, 3 Premiership this season. Oh man. Well, Man City spent over 200 million. Is it 200 million spent in defense? Be interesting. Arsenal need to spend more money. Sorry. Coutinho's left. I believe he's left and signed with Barcelona. Interesting. Manage a game, or we all unsubscribe. Oh dear. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning almost. If you fight Canelo like Brooke, I have Canelo stopping GGG. I'm going with Canelo dropping GGG with a body shot and stopping him. That's what I think. Hay versus Belly rematch, Ingram. I don't know about that. Hay versus Ward. Don't know about that. I can see Ward versus Bellew. While you're watching, don't forget to subscribe to BWTM Gaming. You can Google it. You can also check it out in the description box. Hit the subscribe button. At the moment, I am managing Newcastle United, and believe it or not, Alan Shearer is back at Newcastle United at 19 years old, and I've just made some great signings. I've signed Andrei Shevchenko, Jurgen Klinsmann, Griezmann, Lionel Messi. Yeah, Lionel Messi at 18 or 19. Just signed Luis Figo. Oh, just got an absolute set of players. Oh my god. So Teddy Bear Price has gone for a walk with Gary Matthews. Well, go for a walk, son. I think that's probably one of the greatest lines in modern day boxing. Go for a walk. Gets chinned instead. Ingram, you must be hacking the game. No, I'm not hacking the game. I've got it's a new it's a database called Legends, the Return of the Legends. And basically, it's just a database which has got all the legendary players on it. And like you've got players like Lionel Messi who are free because they're 18, 19, 1-year-old wonder kids. Thoughts on Price return? Spoken about it already. Price would beat Bellew. Price would beat Klitschko according to Bellew. Well, there you go. I don't think Bellew would want anyone bringing that up now. But the best cruiserweight in the world is not even fighting in the Super 8 tournament because he said it's not financially viable. Interesting. And let's spare a thought for Callum Smith, the best prospect in world boxing, the #1 fighter in the WBC, still hasn't fought for a title. Goes into the Super 8. Still not fighting for a world title. It's terrible. I haven't seen the Legends version of Sale anywhere. What you do, you got to download the patch. That's all it is. Go to FM Scout. Who's winning Champions League tourney, Ingram? Who wins the CW tourney, Ingram? I know that Man United just got beat by 2-1 by Real Madrid. So congratulations to Real Madrid. Gassiev or Usyk? I would say, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, David Benavidez versus Dirrell's brother, isn't it? They're fighting. Who are your picks for the tournament, Ingram? I think Usyk and Groves. Cruiserweight, yeah, cruiserweights. Usyk stands a great chance. Gassiev's dangerous, very dangerous, and don't forget Breedis, and don't forget you got Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is. Got Mikey Garcia on my mind. There's got Mike Perez as well down at cruiserweight. Dirrell pulled out a fight in Benavidez. Yeah, I don't blame him. It was crazy the hype Price was getting a few years ago. The true heir to the Klitschko's throne. Belly's words, look what happened, I know. How long do you think it will take Gervonta to fight Lomachenko? If Mayweather's got anything to do with it, they'll avoid that fight altogether. Dirrell and Khan should be on the same win at the Madhouse. Usyk beats Michael Huck first round. Yeah, that's what Bashir said. Unless Usyk gets caught with something stupid. So, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the BWTM Gaming channel. The description it's in the description box down below. Right, I gotta get out of here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. And yes, Huck is shot to bits. I agree with you. I think I've caught up with everything in boxing. Shout out to Crawford and Ndongo. That is the real fight in boxing at the moment. Let's be honest. Just because both guys are not big ticket sellers, that is the real fight in boxing. We have not had an undisputed champion since Jermaine Taylor. And in a couple weeks' time, we are about to have our next undisputed champion. I've seen Khan's last piece. Looked exactly like last goal. I got Crawford winning. Plastic, I know. But Ndonga is a real wild card. He is dangerous, 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 brother. Dangerous. What percentage do you give Ndonga? Well, Crawford's chin is the question mark there. I'm still not convinced about Crawford's chin. And I'm not convinced about Crawford's ability to take punishment. Wonder what Allah thinks about his followers winking on Sky. Oh dear. 60-40. That's about right, I'd say. I would say that. No. 55-45%. Mayweather alluded to Crawford's chin. That's it. I know he did. So Ndogo, does Crawford clean up at 147? No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. And hey, if you want to know more about Terence Crawford, go to Bayloric on YouTube and type in Terence Crawford Bayloric interview. We've got 2 interviews. It's still 2 of the longest interviews you'll get with Terence Crawford on YouTube. So check it out. He would have to beat Errol Spence. I don't see Crawford beating Errol Spence. Sorry. Too big, too strong. Am I the only one who thinks Thurman won't be fighting much longer? I agree. He's got married recently, Keith. And, well, he's making the most of it, innit? Crawford versus Michael Garcia, who wins? I believe that Crawford fought Danny Garcia in the amateurs. If you go back and listen to my interview with Terence Crawford, he fought Danny Garcia in the amateurs, and he said that he got robbed. God, you guys don't want me to go tonight. Thoughts on Broner? You left out Broner. My thoughts on Adrian Broner. He's finished. Mentally sharp. Hasn't recovered from the Maidana fight. And it's either one of two things with that fight he recently had against Mikey Garcia. A, he got paid off and was told in no certain terms, don't beat Mikey Garcia. Or B, and allow Mikey Garcia to become the golden child and him be the sacrificial lamb. Or B, Broner is shot to bits, and the only thing that needs to happen to him now is get knocked out. That's it. Ingram face has gone again, has it? You sure? It probably has. Sorry. Yep. Bloody camera. How many rounds did you give Broner in the Garcia fight? If I'm honest with you, I think after about round 5, I switched it off and went to bed. I was shocked of Mikey walking AB down. Do you think Mikey Garcia beats Crawford? That's a different fight. I don't know about that. They're trying to make Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia. Who wins, Ingram? Danny Garcia physically stronger, I think. AB looked drained to me. Does Rigondeaux beat Lomachenko? No, he doesn't. Not at 130 pounds, he doesn't. I gave AB 1 round in the whole fight, the first one. Right. One more question before I've got a question for you guys and girls that are watching this from around the world. Have you all watched the Dennis Hobson interview? Have you watched the boxing on I want to ask your opinion. What do you think it takes for boxing fans to tune in and watch YouTube fights? In my opinion, I think that I think boxing fans want to know about the fighter. They want to know the background about a fighter. There has to be a pull. There has to be a catch. Why am I watching this fighter? Why am I paying to watch this fighter fight? So I've got a list of fighters there from Nav Mansouri, Tommy Frank, who else? A few other fighters I've got on the card on Dennis Hobson Promotions playlist, which I've uploaded all those fights. But they haven't got many views, apart from one guy, which was Denzel Brown. He seems to have a decent fan base. But I think it's because people don't know about these fighters. So, and yeah, while you talk about Rigondeaux, Luis Ortiz is another one of these guys that, in my opinion, is people talk a lot about Luis Ortiz, but when you look at his ticket sales, he's not a big ticket seller. Right, I have to eat some cream biscuits if I'm going to stick around a little longer. Probably the quality of it, Ingram. Position of camera. Okay. Okay, go ahead. I thought I had a good vision, a good shot, a good view. To be fair, camera work is not my forte. Like the lens and stuff like that. It'd be great if I could have somebody work alongside me. In fact, if I could get somebody to work alongside me, if I could have a team of 2 or 3 people working alongside me when doing this stuff, it'd be great. I mean, yeah, it's true though. I'm not big ticket sellers as a Cuban fighter elite. Riggin was dropped twice by an unknown Japanese journeyman, and Lomachenko was beaten by Craig by Salida. LOL. Probably because they don't play Sweet Carolina before they fight. LOL. Like IFL. Do you agree this is what Eddie does well, because he makes you see more into the fighter and it's based on them as a person and the character? That's what brings a bigger audience. No. No. Take Sky Sports away. because it's not fair. Would I share these bickies? No, I probably wouldn't. They are Irish biscuits, super value. Very good. Everyone should start fighting each other. It's pretty pathetic now. You know, Eddie's only good because he has Sky back in Matchroom. Matchroom on their own. Oh, shit. Well, I've said it already. All Eddie does is provide people events to get pissed. Do you like ginger biscuits? Yeah, they have their moment. I like Oreo biscuits. They're fantastic. I saw a comment seeing someone said AJ would KO Mayweather. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, there is a fight that's coming up regarding AJ. AJ Carter, who's fighting Daniel Dubois. I saw that. AJ Carter's been featured a few times on the channel. And AJ, if you're watching, shout out to you. No. Why is that fight even happening? They do a competition. The winner gets a packet of your biscuits. Ask us questions. Hobnobs. You're not going to beat Dave Allen eating biscuits. AJ Carter is shite. Dubois will KO Carter. Another 1-1 blowout. Carter will get destroyed. What do you think of Daniel Dubois? Daniel Dubious. I assure you, I don't know. You know who Daniel Dubois reminds me of? You're going to laugh. But when I say it, you're going to understand why I'm saying it. Wait for it. Pele Reid. You remember Pele Reid? They even look alike, Pele Reid and Daniel Dubois. You don't know how good Daniel Dubois is until he gets hit back on the chin, honestly. Oh my God. And now look a bit like Daniel Cook. I need to go and get a haircut and a shave fast. Yeah, that's true. Does Dubois look better than AJ after 4 fights? Looks like he has great balance and footwork. Well, you can look like a superstar until you fight somebody who hits you back on the chin. Yeah, I did hear about AJ. I heard Dubois dropped him in sparring. I heard about stuff, but you don't know how it happened or why it happened. It's sparring. Dubois' face looks like Pokemon, in my opinion. Pele Reid versus Jules Francis. So today that would be Derek Chisora versus Dan Dubois. Yep. AJ knocked out Klitschko. Yep. So you just got to leave that as it is now. Did you hear that Eddie Hearn? No. What did you hear? What do you think of Joe Joyce turning pro? How will he do? He's with a haymaker, so we'll see what they plan to do with Joe Joyce. But he's got to get a move on, even though he'll have to get fast tracked, I think. What do you think? Oh, Michael Grant and Dillian White. Oh my God. Why did they even make that happen? Why? You know, it shows you. I mean, did not think, well, this guy hasn't fought for so long. I mean, they want to put Dillian White on a platform, yeah. Why didn't they fight? I don't know. Speak on stop-up situations surrounding the Joshua Klitschko rematch. Do you think Joshua banged Khan's plastic wife? Ex-wife? I don't know. Eddie Hearn is the best promoter, but Michael Grant versus Dillian White puts bums on seats. I don't know about that bit. What I think of huge Dillian White, Deontay Wilder turned down huge offers for Dillian White. Bullshit. Deontay Wilder can't fight Dillian White if not for unification bout. So unless he gets rid of, he's got mandatory to face. That's what it is. Absolute bullshit. Yes, Usyk. Can you overdose on cream biscuits? Not tonight, my friend. No. You can get away with this stuff when you're a vegan or a vegetarian. Joshua versus, you know what? Hold on a second. I wonder where my night vision's gone. No. Ortiz versus Joshua. Don't think the fight's going to happen. Yeah, he can fight if he pays Stavern huge step aside money. Yep. I mean, huge step aside money. Why are they scared of fighting Stavern again? Later, Anonymous. He said later. These people are saying later. More people seem to come into the room. Did Usyk school Joe Joyce in amateurs? I believe he did. I think he actually, that fight is actually on YouTube. Thoughts on Derek Tantum? I've known nothing about him. Chisora versus Miller. I'm going Big Bay Miller by knockout. I think Chisora Miller. Yeah, poor ticket. I'm not surprised tickets are doing awful with Hughie Fury versus Parker. Parker's a big ticket seller in New Zealand. No big ticket seller anywhere else. And Hughie Fury, he's not a ticket seller. I mean, he just has no sort of like, what's the draw to Hughie Fury? The draw to Hughie Fury would be, well, Tyson Fury's cousin. His cousin's not boxing no more. So at least if Tyson was active, then there would have been more draw to the fight that way. But you've got, why am I turning? The boxer I was asking, why am I turning up to see Hughie Fury fight Parker? That's the question. Look, Chisora fought Dillian White, and half the fight, he wasn't even in proper shape for that. I don't think that Chisora beats Miller. Mm-mm. Got Lomachenko fight. Kevin Adam, the Aaron Warren WBO sharing connection. Yeah, Big Bay Miller is a stronger version of Chisora. That's what I said. Chisora is a gatekeeper at most. Doesn't matter. You can just get a refund if it's pulled. Listen, if Fury versus Hugh Fury versus Parker doesn't happen, I can guarantee you. Well, not guarantee. I'm sure there'll be a matchroom fighter waiting to fight Parker. Can you see Miller knocking out AJ and making him fight on the back foot? The thing I don't like about Miller is that when he throws punches, he leaves the top of his head vulnerable. I wasn't sure if he was genuinely hurt by what's the guy's name again? You got last guy for. I keep forgetting his name. Joe Washington. I didn't know if Joe Washington genuinely hurt him or not. They're trying to build AJ like Vladimir, the corporate juicer. Be humble. Miller pull power for such a unit. Stay humble, yo. AJ has stamina problems. LOL. Think about if Miller lost weight. Like he lost about 2 or 3 stone. I don't give him much chance, to be honest. I don't. If Miller came in 250, 250, 260, yeah, that way. Between 250, 260. Even 260 quite over 250. That'd be a good fight. I think 250, 260, and I'll lead more to 250, even further down 245. It'd bring more speed, some more snap on his punches. It's might be more of a devastating puncher. You eat Miller's easily ramrod jab followed by body shots, so AJ would have a field day. He beat Miller easily. Okay. Abdul Ortiz not fighting since Allen fight. That's the most biscuits. Lewis cheat untested. No, that's true. I think Lewis Ortiz coming and signing a matchroom was a bad mistake. Lewis Ortiz is injured, is he? How can he be injured but wanted to fight Deontay Wilder, and how can he be injured and now wants to fight Anthony Joshua? Spencer Ron talks nonsense for a living. To be fair, if Charles Martin can be world champion, White could also. Charles Martin versus, now that would have been a good fight. Charles Martin versus Dillian White. That would have been a good fight in America. Why do these Cuban fighters always have shite management? I'll tell you why. Because their management, probably those managers are the only ones prepared to deal with them. And then when they get to America, they've had such a hard upbringing. When they come to America, they start seeing the hot women and the the easier way of life. I think a lot of them don't make it. That's what I think. He had to pull from a keep busy fight in the US earlier this year. White would beat Martin, really? Ortiz went from a great win via Jennings all the way to signing with Hearn and fighting Dave Allen. That's what I said. It's only to devalue Ortiz. It's because they're hiding their birth certificates, etc. That Malik Scott fight, I think, ruined any hype for Ortiz. If Wilder fights White, which he won't, like he fought Stavern, I don't see White having a chance. Any truth in Frampton leaving Barry? Well, I don't know. Cuba doesn't like its boxers turning pro and not representing the state. When Bellew takes on Ward, is it the best interest fight to fight a heavyweight or cruiserweight? What weight increases his chances? Oh, right. For Ward, I'd make Bellew come down from heavyweight down to cruiserweight. That's what I would do. Or also signing Jennings too. Yeah, I think I was going to say Jennings has signed. No, Bryant Jennings and Bermain Stavern are both with James Prince. So I don't know where Bob Arum got into it. Thoughts on Bob Arum about to sign BWTM? Well, Bob Arum's experienced enough. Jennings is signed to Top Rank. Yeah, he is. But I think Top Rank promote him, but his manager is James Prince. Yes, you just confirmed that. There you go. Right. Anything else? Anything else about it? Right. I think I've done enough of a catch-up show now. I've given you over an hour of catch-up, an hour and a half. Right, I'm going to bed. Thank you all so much for watching the catch-up show. It's really nice to have the love still here in the room. And we'll be back soon with some more boxing videos. Maybe I won't leave it so long this time. Next time to talk boxing. I couldn't give a damn about Flanagan. And is Kovalev finished? Ingram Stone, we're loving this. No, I'm going. I'm gone. I'll have to come back another time. I need to get some sleep. I've got a long day tomorrow. Right. Don't run away. I've got to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave it. Don't go. Don't forget to rate, subscribe. Good luck. Because you're back. Don't you leave. No. Don't forget to rate, subscribe. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. Don't forget to rate, subscribe. Take it easy, peeps. We demand it. Tomorrow, okay, tomorrow night for sure. We'll do the first second episode. We've done a preseason for BWTM gaming. Tomorrow we'll do the whole evening of Newcastle. Just try and get us maybe close to Christmas tomorrow night for sure. For sure, I promise. All right, take it easy, people. Tomorrow night I'll be back on BWTM Game unless there's been other boxing developments. Yeah, if I missed. Yeah, and I'll probably release part 2. Oh, by the way, before I go, nobody has told me. Nobody's even mentioned to me about. Nobody's even talked to me about the Bashir interview. Has anyone heard the James Elliott Bashir interview yet? Ingram, did you Khan's ex? No, I didn't. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And no, I think I'll stick with what I've got, to be honest. Thoughts on the new Batman? No thoughts on it because I ain't gonna get it. But it's stuck in the house all day. But I'll probably try and get it this week or early next week. But I'm looking forward to getting the new Batman game. Right, I'm definitely out of here. Take care. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Don't forget to share the video as well. I'm out.